It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we're back with more Andor. We're watching Season 1, Episode 7 called Announcement. So yeah, last time on Andor, there was a big old heist.
Big old heist.
Through the eye.
Yep. And there was some collateral damage.
Everybody is dead Dave.
Yep, that's right. Except for the one lady, the head of their little group.
Yes.
Is the only one that lived.
No, and the other woman that stayed with the hostages.
Oh, that's right.
Because there was a debate in our comments about the last episode about whether or not she killed those people before she left.
Oh.
Some people were being like, she's ruthless, she killed the hostages, and other people were like, I don't know if she did, and so it's unclear, I guess, and there's debate even among people who watched it all.
Right. Of all of the people who were in that group, she did seem kind of the most gung-ho.
She's the one who killed the other guy when he had the gun, you know, at the beginning, so...
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely would see it as possible for her to have done that, but that kind of makes... They were trying not to be the bad guys, right? And that's a little bit of a bad guy move, to execute the hostage child after everything is done.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, so who knows?
And Cassian also... He killed... The guy made him an offer that he had to refuse. And then he shot him. Right,
but so there was a lot of talk about that as well, because we were a little like, why did he do that? And people were sort of explaining, well... You know, if you turn him down, he's gonna convince, you know, like, people already didn't trust Cassian, so it would have been easy for Skeen to tell Vel, hey, he's trying to pull a fat, you know, turn her on him, and then he's in more trouble as well. So you can't really allow that. Plus, you can't trust Skeen to, like, actually have, oh, I'll split the money with you, let's go. Like, he needed him to fly the thing away, and he would just kill him, too, you know? He wanted to take you can't trust Skeen as far as you can throw him.
I feel like that one's obvious. I would just be like, okay, so you're willing to throw everybody else under the bus except for me because you need me, and you say we're going to split it. I don't buy it.
Yeah. So there was that. I mean, I feel like, on reflection, it kind of is the only move at that moment, given that this guy, you know, is like, he's putting you in a position where you're in a lot of danger unless you can just make your getaway now, and he's not going to allow you to just say, I'm leaving, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think it looks equally bad that you put a bullet in his head while everyone else is in the surgery room.
Yeah,
like whatever,
I guess,
you know?
but it allows you, so it's not about how it looks. Either, you know, it looks bad for you no matter what, I guess is the point, and it's about how can I get away the most cleanly. It's if this guy's dead, you know? So yeah, and he's not attached to the cause at this point. It's just about trying to get away. But Luthen was happy to hear that the heist went off, and I think also, more importantly, happy to hear that it made the news, because, you know, this was not so much about needing the money they were stealing, like, it's good to have that money, but it was about inflicting a wound on the Empire for the people to hear about, and that's what they accomplished.
I do feel like the money's still important, though.
So well, the money's going to help, but it's a huge amount of money. Yeah, no, they're not going to leave it there, but Luthen is so happy because the primary goal was embarrass the Empire, you know? Show that they are not infallible, that they can be taken down by a small band of people, because it'll inspire other small bands to rise up.
Yep, that's right. That makes sense.
Yeah, announcement maybe has to do with that, about, like, the Empire putting, hey, this happened, we gotta, you know, take steps to, you know, they're gonna respond.
Yeah,
that's what they do. You ever think about what the title to the sequel to Star Wars must have really meant when it was first, like, announced or released? Like, we just take it so for granted it's in our lexicon. The Empire Strikes Back, that's the second one. But, like, that's a hardcore name for your second movie. I mean,
it is,
like, that had consequences, is what it says. You know, like, oh, we won! Yeah, they're not gone, and now it's their turn.
Yeah, that's interesting. When I think about the names of the Star Wars movies, they kind of have, like, a cadence to them. So I just sort of think of them as, like, words in a row. But I never really think about, like, what they actually mean, you know? Like,
especially because the first one wasn't really known as A New Hope originally, right? It was just Star Wars, and then the second one comes out and its name is The Empire Strikes Back. You know? It's like they're warning you up front, this movie's devastation nonstop.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, interesting.
So I feel like maybe we're going to get a similar phase now that we've had a small victory scored for the Rebels.
Yeah, the Empire definitely needs to strike back. They can't let this just slide, can they?
This aggression will not stand, man.
And they didn't... It's true that. And they didn't cover their faces at all.
No.
And a bunch of people saw them.
Yeah.
And, like,
but most of those people are dead.
That's true. Are there cameras in this universe? Do they have cameras? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of cameras.
Yeah, I think people were also saying in the comments that, like, live footage of, like, remote viewing is a thing, but not so much, like, security footage to watch back afterwards, I guess. So, I don't know. We'll have to see if that's a factor or not, but it might just not be a thing Star Wars universe contends with. But,
which is fine. It kind of seems like droid eyes would have to be cameras.
Yeah.
And R2-D2 was able to record a message.
Like a hologram of Leia and stuff.
But that was very minimal. You know,
it's
like
very
she was fuzzy
low fidelity. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, should we just see what's going to happen?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm dying to dive into it. All right, we got a Patreon down there. There's full-length reactions. They're ahead of the YouTube versions. We got movie polls and all kinds of other fun stuff, so check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching Star Wars with us. Let's check out some Andor. Oh boy, Syril. How are you?
Pathetic.
Uncle Hollow's influence is not a thing to be trifled with.
How am I trifling?
He's done us a tremendous favor. You need to remember.
So she's getting him a job, right?
It's a brown suit.
It's political suicide is what it is.
You've had it raised.
I had it tailored.
Everything says something, Syril.
What is it that you hear my collar saying?
Look at me. I don't believe in myself. I am desperate for approval.
Damn. Well, it's your fault.
This is the second thing about him altering his clothes, though. His uniform when he worked for Primor, they also said, "Have you altered your uniform?"
That's
Why
right.
does he change his clothes?
They attacked the garrison. They'll regret it.
And the officials on the scene are still assessing the loss and searching for the conspirators.
The criminals responsible for...
If he gets any whiff that Cassian is involved in that, he is going to hunt him down.
Yep.
Be here this morning and know that the only question we need to answer is how tight to close our fist. This is why we plan.
Yeah?
Yep.
Empire Strikes Back.
Hard when we're at peace.
It's what they do.
The use of any local custom, festival, or tradition is cover for rebel activity.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I spoke with Emperor Palpatine last night, and he's assured me that the ISB will be taking the lead going forward.
So Palpatine himself is upset.
Yep. I would be if I was him.
Any criminal act with even indirect effect on the Empire will henceforth be branded a Class 1 offense.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, overreacting is a good way to handle things, right?
Absolutely.
You're not pleased. We're playing straight into their hands.
Yep.
She gets it.
The rebels.
Yeah, they're just gonna be more of them if you start cracking down super hard on everybody.
Mon Mothma,
Without warning?
wipe the smile off your face.
Oh, he's happy that she showed up here to talk about this.
Yep.
I'm just not sure he loves it. I think I might want the other one.
So they don't trust the driver.
Yeah, no. I don't think they trust anybody. Except for his assistant.
Right, but
She's
the driver's the only other person there.
I worried you might do something like this.
Oh, I wish I had. Let's have a look.
Denying responsibility. Okay, so the rebels don't even trust each other.
I don't
Nope.
believe you.
Well, you'll have to try harder.
I thought she knew about what was going on.
Revolutions are expensive.
Maybe not, though.
I warned you when we started.
You told me we were building a network.
What were my words?
This is something else entirely.
Turning back will be impossible. You knew where this was going. You've always known.
Yeah, I mean, what did she think this meant?
Yeah,
Anyone who made a weapon.
it's gonna get to this phase at some point.
Yeah, you gonna try to take down the Empire?
Network's been built. It's up.
Gotta crack a few eggs.
Palpatine won't hesitate now.
Exactly. We need it.
Yeah, they're trying to provoke him.
We need them to overreact.
You can't be serious.
That's what, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like,
Empire has been
you want them
choking
to
us so slowly,
react with
it's
anger.
The time has come to force their hand.
People will suffer.
That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You're not angry with me.
The more people who suffer at the hands of the Empire, the better better argument the Resistance has,
okay,
which
but
sucks.
To a point, yeah,
it's not good, but again, gotta break a few eggs.
I have some new things coming in very, very soon.
I'll be sure to come by.
Always at your service, Senator. Always at your service.
I hope she's worth it.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
You think she comes around, or you think it's their relationship's over? After
No,
she
come on.
realized?
She's in Return of the Jedi. She's a
that's
long-standing rebel
that's a
leader.
Good point.
It's the prequel problem.
Yes, it's true.
There are no small jobs at the Bureau of Standards. I spoke with your uncle.
What a nightmare this is. Just a
Some sectors
gigantic,
might
endless,
appear to be more
bureaucratic
exciting from the outside.
organism.
Waiting gauges may seem a more
It's an office building.
arena than
You know?
redundant. You'll be surprised.
For sure.
Mulana 1.
Oh, that's too funny. They all have dual monitors, but they're like tiny.
Yeah.
See?
Star Wars tech.
Yeah.
A murderer running free because of corruption and laxity in the corporate authority. I was punished for trying to uphold the law. Do my job, maintain public safety. 2 men dead. Co-workers. I believe that we have lost for a reason. I fully intend to clear my name and have my record.
Well, he's just not able to hide his nature at all.
Yeah.
Is he?
Nope. Oh god, look at these helmets. That's cool. It kind of looks like a welcome desk, but they don't look very welcoming, do they?
No, but I mean, how people look is different for us than for people who
That's
live in
true,
Star
yeah.
Wars land. Ooh. I like her energy. She's like walking like a runway model.
Yeah.
This is where Syril is. That bridge.
Oh, yeah.
This is the same place as him. Which, is he on Coruscant? Is that where he also went? Or are we just seeing the Imperial people there?
I don't know.
I think that might all be Coruscant.
I need a multi-sector data blend going back 2 years. A survey pool of Imperial naval bases and repair facilities. I want a record of all missing avionics, comm, navigation, and targeting equipment.
For which star system?
All star systems.
She's still hunting down the MacGuffin box.
I'll need this report kept...
The Starpath unit, that's what it's
Yep. Yeah, so she got out of there somehow.
Yeah, well, we saw her leaving before,
Yeah,
but we didn't see whether or not she killed them.
Right.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Star Destroyer?
The money's safe. We know. It's been moved already. You've done exceptional work.
Oh, great. Okay, so...
Good.
We have a loose end. Cassian Andor, who you know as Clem. You need to find him.
Find him.
We can't have him walking around with Luthen in his head.
Yeah, I mean...
This is what revolution looks like, Belle. We'll send you what we have on him.
That excuse is never good enough for me. Oh, this is what it looks like.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but how do you make sure you're not just doing evil shit?
Right, exactly. Make too many excuses for yourself. Eventually, you're just like them.
Did he go home? That seems risky. Yeah, there's B.
Cassian! Since when do we lock the door?
Since things changed, man.
The fascists came, didn't you hear?
Someone turned me in.
You don't know?
No, what?
What?
Oh, so he didn't even know who it was.
Vixen knew about it? No, she was coming to warn you, and Tim was trying to stop her or to catch her. I don't know. I've heard both, but you can't be here, Cassian.
Is Bix gonna join the rebellion?
The Imperials are here to stay.
Is he gonna bring her with him
They're
somehow?
not going away this time. It's all come undone.
We won't have
Thought
to
it was
worry
just
about
as
that.
likely we don't see her ever again.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
We're leaving.
To go where?
Anywhere we want.
Well, because the money he got paid.
We're gonna clear out. Leave this mess behind.
When do we go?
We go tonight.
Tonight?
All right, B wants to go.
Find somewhere warm and easy. I can make it happen.
His mom's gonna die.
I want to be different now, Mom.
Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
I get so tired. You surprised me.
What am I thinking? It's late. Yeah. You get a rest. I'll check up on Biggs.
Yeah, she was sleeping, right?
Yeah, right.
What happens to you? You always seem to be away when I'm there.
I'm not that hard to find, Mom, not for a senator.
You're right. Can I trust you, Jay? Can I call back our old kinship and share some truth with you?
Mother?
So this is their house, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a long time and you've certainly grown up.
So everyone says.
Typical banker, no one pays me to be original.
So have they been senators since before Palpatine took power? Like, did they used to actually do stuff and now they're just kind of in an institution in decay?
That's kind of what I'm gleaning from this.
Okay.
They're like, you know, the facade in front of the actual power structure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you something that only 3 people in the galaxy know about.
How about not, though? Don't make it 4?
Why would you want to do that?
That'd be if I heard someone say that, I'd be like, probably don't tell me that.
Yep.
I'm hoping I can trust you.
Well, it's been fun. I'll see you later.
Is this personal or political?
Political?
Then I'd suggest you hesitate.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid you'd find my politics a bit strong for your taste. Your world is inescapably linked to the Empire. You're with these people all the time. I'm not sure you're aware how far afield some of us have taken our political allegiances.
Well,
I should stop talking right now.
This guy might actually be good to have then.
Drink up. Drink up, Tay, and keep smiling.
Why do they keep cutting to her husband?
Having
Yeah, I don't know.
fat childhood days.
Does her husband know anything about any of this?
We don't really know. We just know they don't like each other.
Yeah.
I've been wondering all day how I could be sure of confiding in you.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Don't look so surprised.
The Mon Mothma people think they know. It's a lie. It's a projection.
You in a crowded room.
Yeah, this is very, very risky. You don't know how well some of these aliens can hear.
I need to access my family accounts. Until recently, I was able to dip in and out of my family fortune without concern. That's changed. I need help.
So is she really fully motivated by idealism, or is she just like...
Forming a Chandrilan charitable outreach program.
She's got personal reasons too.
To be chairman will involve visits
Well,
here to Coruscant.
I imagine a lot of people involved have personal reasons.
Yeah.
Benevolent and useless irritations.
But if you're as far in as she is, your motivations have to be at least partially altruistic, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
You're better off not knowing. Or perhaps you find my politics a bit strong for your taste.
Yeah, she has to cut him in because he's the banker.
He knows none of
Yeah,
this.
now I
He's
get
not
it.
to be trusted. Smile.
There you are.
Okay, so he doesn't know about it, and he's not to be trusted.
May I steal her back? There's a few guests that require special handling. Of course.
To be continued.
So her husband seems to kind of like his lot in life, doesn't like her very much, and could care less about any sort of resistance. You know, he's just like, we got a good thing going.
Do you think she was right to trust that guy? Do you think, I mean, all he did was like, oh yeah, I'm really into fighting the Empire, and then she just kind of spilled everything to him. He could have been, you know, that could have been a facade to see what she says.
Yeah. I think he's fine.
I hope so.
He seems sincere, but, you know, the best spies do.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Just so risky, man. He seems to like to live close to the edge, but this is a little close for my taste. I don't want to be here at all.
They're just stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's right. Their aim sucks.
This is not our fight, Cass. Don't worry, they won't be alone. They're just gonna raise their silly flag and fly away.
What's this?
Calm down! You're only making me...
Oh!
Turn!
Okay, those are clone troopers, right? Different helmets.
Yes, yep.
we can't go.
Be quiet.
What? Why?
Right.
It's happening everywhere.
Well, we'll find a place they haven't ruined yet.
I'm already there. That place is in my head. They can build as many barracks as they like. They'll never find me.
Jesus.
I can understand a very old person being like, this is my home, I don't want to uproot again.
Right.
Ferrix has been hiding long enough.
So now you're taking on the Empire.
Laugh if you want to.
Who's laughing?
Oh, man.
This is madness.
We predicted earlier that liberating this place would be the...
Probably doomed, and I'm too old, and I don't care anymore.
I mean, but she's...
13 years, every time I walk down Rick's Road, I turn off before I get to the square. I take the long way around, so I don't have to think about Clem hanging there.
Oh my god. She's his parental, like, person, though, right? So...
And Clem was her partner, was like his dad? The name he used,
yeah,
Clem?
Yeah.
There's work that will need doing.
Yeah? What is that?
Whatever it takes. I've been lying around waiting to die long enough.
Huh.
Can't beat the Marva.
She's more gung-ho than he is.
I run away.
She's gonna get killed, and that'll inspire him further.
Yes, and I am not
Oh, yeah.
judging you.
I'll be worried about you all the time.
That's just love. Nothing you can do about that.
That's sweet.
You can't stay, and I can't go.
Can I speak now?
No!
B wants to go.
Yeah.
One more thing, just stop searching for your sister. It's a fantasy. There were no survivors on Canary.
That is what kicked all this off.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go.
Damn.
I'm coming back.
She seems like she knows something. I saw knowledge on her face there.
I believe our sector protocols, as described in the ISB Code of Conduct, are being violated by Supervisor Miro, and that this overreach, for which she was previously reprimanded, risks compromising Imperial safety to a degree that silence is no longer possible.
You think this forum appropriate?
I do.
Yeah, this is a very public call-out.
Supervisor Blevin obviously finds my conduct a more interesting subject than the advancement of integrated Imperial security. He's put a lot into it. I'm curious to hear his insights.
I'd be curious how many people at this table will think it careful that you found a way to access our sector data without ever filing a request.
Is that true, Dedra?
I found a loophole.
Yes. Yeah. I used the Imperial Emergency Act in the wake of Aldani to gather data across multiple sectors without official sanction, but that is the wrong question. I'd like to know if anyone believes the rebellion plans its actions around the artificially constructed boundaries of our sectors. Do you really think the rebels care about the lines we draw on maps?
You think the relevance of my work has been supplanted?
Very good point.
Systems either change or die.
Yeah, you can't say that in here.
I can now prove a link between the theft of our most secret equipment and its distribution to rebel groups across the galaxy.
This is hard, verifiable data you are prepared to present?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I can't ignore it.
Supervisor Blevin is aware I have a documented file ready to go. I believe his accusations here this morning have more to do with self-preservation than any sense of urgency.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want it to seem like he screwed up.
Intelligence. Imagine if everyone in this room played as loose with the rules as you.
Excellent suggestion.
He does seem to be distracting.
Yeah.
Instead of
I'm wondering
addressing
where
the
we'd be
point.
right now if everyone here showed the same endeavor as Supervisor Miro.
Ooh.
Shoo.
For the moment, I'm reassigning the Morlana sector to Supervisor Miro. Ferrix is of great interest.
There we go. Oh, that guy's gonna be mad now.
Young, I will expect your report on Old Man.
I mean, yeah, they should listen to her. Otherwise, the rebels might steal some plans that let them blow up the Death Star or something like that.
Even though she's out of line, can't argue with a good point, really.
No, and what I'm saying is that this is what they're doing, and they blow up the whole fucking Death Star.
Right? Yeah. Right. Exactly.
They really should listen to her.
Thank you, sir.
Watch your back.
It's a very informal warning.
Yep.
Okay. It's like a beach town.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a resort planet.
Yeah. shit.
Oh shit.
It's not like a sandy beach, it's like concrete benches to look at the ocean on.
What do you think you're doing?
Excuse me?
You keep looking around.
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
You a part of it?
Part of what?
Don't play dumb.
Oh, man.
On my way to the store.
You need to back up.
You're being obtuse.
Stand right there.
Just to...
Oh, part of it.
You're just hassling him for no reason at all.
Why would I be running?
Because you're a part of it.
Part of what?
I'll ask the questions.
What?
Pier 9, runners heading south.
Why don't you catch them instead of dealing with this guy?
Hang on to this one for me. I want to check the shelter.
No, you misunderstand. No, he meant to watch.
No, I don't think there's any just getting away from the Empire now.
Nope. Jeez. Seems like an overreaction, doesn't it?
Tell him! Tell him you mean to watch!
Just gonna cut from that?
Charges. Civil disruption, anti-imperial speech, fleeing the scene of anti-imperial activity, attempted damage to imperial property.
I'm sorry, there's something wrong.
I wouldn't. We've got enough trouble without a resisting judgment charge.
So this is what...
The tourist.
Oh, apologies all round then. This used to be a 6-month sentence.
Oh, man. Yeah, no jury trial
6
here.
years.
6 years in jail. He was just walking down the beach and they just stopped to hassle him. And now he's going to jail for 6 years?
Yep.
I'm just a tourist! Wait!
Okay.
Wow, that
he
was
spends the rest
abrupt.
of the series in prison, huh?
Like, not even anything to misunderstand. Like, he was just walking and they stopped him.
Right.
Like, who are you? You're under arrest.
Are you part of it? Part of what? I'll ask the questions. 6 years. Jesus.
And Syril's got his big office job, and that's the episode. All right.
Jeez.
Well, I guess we have our new paradigm.
Oh my god.
Which is... So, Syril wants to find Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
The rebels that he pulled Aldani with want to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
His mom doesn't want to come with him.
Yep.
And now he's going to prison.
Yes. He was in a pretty cool spot there for like a little bit.
For just I believe they call that a hot second.
Hot second, yeah. That was, abrupt is the word you used.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that too. It's just like he was just chilling, then all of a sudden he's getting charged with all kinds of stuff he didn't even do.
He didn't even have any reason to like be running at the same time as them or something. Like there was not even anything for them to misunderstand. It was the most unfair it could possibly be. Which
he wasn't even running.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the best possible way to make him even more angry at the Empire and saying, well, you know what? I pulled off the Aldani heist. I think I could do something else.
Right.
You know?
And the funny thing is that he is actually guilty of all that stuff, but not in that situation.
It's true. Yeah.
He's done all that.
In terms of his just general like intrinsic guilt, he's guilty of everything they charged him with.
Yep.
So, in that sense, I guess their system is working correctly, but it's
I mean, no.
This is like when OJ went to jail for stealing the memorabilia. You know, it's we got him on something else.
Something else. Oh boy.
But the important thing is he's in jail. Yeah. So I guess that's what's. But there's a lot to unpack with this one. I think.
Well, see, again, it's like in the last episode, I was waiting for the thing that would push him into wanting to actually like believe in the cause, you know, and it felt like what you were saying, like his mom seems to believe in the cause and has been kind of waiting for this time, and she's like, I'm not just gonna go run away with you. I need to like take part in this. And then you were saying that her death would be like the catalyst, right, for him finally being like, I need to take an active participation in this process. I can't just be like on the fringes or like run away from it. But then this happened.
This is still not going to be enough, I don't think.
No.
I think it's going to... His mom is still going to die. I'm still having that in my predictions, and that will be the last piece that makes him into the full rebel character that the Star Wars audience first met in Rogue One, you know, when he showed up as like the rebel that the main character of that movie joins.
Interesting. And I need the audience to understand, again, I've never seen Rogue One.
I watched it, I think it was within the last year, but I had it on in the background while I was working, so like I was half paying attention and half not, so I don't have a very strong memory of like the actual events of the movie or the characters vividly. Like I know loosely the story and I can remember some set pieces and stuff like that, but I don't have like a strong working memory of Rogue One either. I did watch it in the background once.
I didn't even have a concept that this character was in that movie.
Oh,
I had no idea. Okay, so
he's part of the ragtag group of rebels in Rogue One.
He is a known person.
Right, and like I said, that movie is about them stealing the Death Star plans that they use in A New Hope to blow up the Death Star.
Okay.
So, that movie, so this is about him becoming the rebel who will take part in that ultimate heist that leads to the destruction of the Death Star.
I am now understanding a little bit more why it's taking so long for him, just from a narrative perspective, because the audience of the overall Star Wars universe understands that he does become that.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here being like, how long is the audience gonna wait to like see that side of him actually come out? Because I'm sitting here going like, this is supposed to be a story about the rise of the rebellion, but like the guy we're following keeps pushing that away.
Right.
You know, but as long as you have the understanding off the bat that like this guy does eventually become that, and we're like leading up to that point, it can take a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
And it can be like sort of zigzag on its way there, and he doesn't just shoot straight to that thing. You know, there's like I said, there's the initial stuff at his home place, and then there's Aldhani, and now he's going to prison, and I think his mom will be the last piece of, and you know, we still need to figure out how Syril, and then also this Imperial lady looking for the Starpath unit, who we definitely should know her name by now, how that is all exactly going to factor into Cassian's story for the end of the season. Like, they both seem to have a reason to be, like, Syril's looking for him specifically and knows it, and then the other person is looking for him and doesn't know that he's the one she's looking for, but like that all has to factor into the I can't figure out yet how to connect those pieces to all of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a judgment here about how good the Imperial record keeping and distribution is, because if he is in some sort of Imperial, he's obviously in an Imperial controlled like planet.
I think that's close to everywhere. His mom was saying.
Yeah, now he's got a record, and maybe he doesn't. I mean, he keeps changing his name, so you can't track his name, right?
Right.
But Syril knows his face.
Yeah, and I think
clear about that.
So this arrest, I think, getting incarcerated is going to put him back on Syril's radar, and Syril will try to find. I mean, but he's an inmate now. You can't really get to him, you know, and it's.
Oh, I think you can get to him.
Right, but what do you want to do? Like, he wanted to lock him up in the first place, right? Like, isn't this already, you just going to try to stack charges on him? Or I don't think that is what he would do, but what would he do?
So, now you stack the charges if he's a murderer.
Exactly, right, but is that, it doesn't feel like the show would have that Syril's goal. Like, oh, he's an inmate, I'm going to stack charges on him, you know? Like, he's going to try to do something else.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm also thinking, like, he obviously doesn't spend 6 years in prison, right? Something busts.
Right, yeah.
Somebody else is going to catch wind that he's in prison here, and they're going to realize having this guy, he knows everything. As a matter of fact, he probably knows enough about the resistance to get his sentence massively reduced. And the fact that he's not even really, he was kind of just like, okay, I'm out, give me my cut, I'm out in the first place, kind of would, if I was anyone with real skin in this game, I'd be like, we need to get this guy.
That's somewhere. What they are thinking, They see him as a loose end. Yeah, now that he's been arrested completely, he's spent time interacting with Luthen. He can describe him, he can here's what he talks like, here's how he looks like, you can totally...
He's got a metal stick that he carries around with him.
He's got a lot of information that he could give up, so maybe rebels in prison would be a risk to him as well.
Yeah, that would almost be like means for, so we already have a heist, need a jailbreak. Jailbreak.
But who would want to get him out? And like that, it seems
I would say Luthen would want to get him out.
Well, Luthen wants him dead, doesn't he? Like you.
I guess. Well, yeah.
He's just a loose end for Luthen too. Luthen is the rebels, and so Syril's got his boring office job, and we haven't thought about like that factor of it either. Really, is that like he's not a cop? He doesn't have any reason to go about any of this stuff anymore. I'm now starting to wonder if maybe Syril will wind up as an operative of the rebellion in some way. Is he going to flip to the other side and end up like? Is his disgruntlement going to turn inside out? You know?
Yeah, that's very interesting because, like, it's not an untold story that the super gung-ho, you know, character that sticks his neck out and then gets punished for it and gets shoved into some, like, horrible office job, you know, that he hates, and, like, slowly losing sort of his enchantment with the Empire, gets pushed too far and decides, maybe this is all bad.
Right,
maybe
well, yeah, his whole thing in this episode about how, like, I got fired for trying to do my job and enforce the rules and stuff like that, you know, and, like, he's just gets so bent out of shape about that, well, he'd be like, well, fuck you then, you know?
Right,
like, screw this entire system if it's all fake, you know? And, so, but...
That's a very interesting opportunity for, like, a redemption story arc, which...
I don't know that he'll be redeemed, but he'll do things that are good for us.
Sure. Well, Cassian just doesn't have that, though. It doesn't have, you know, he's sort of the one that's, like, going from the, I need to, like, go from doing nothing to doing something. But, you know, Luthen could go from, or Syril could go from, I've been doing the wrong thing, I need to start doing the right thing. And could turn at the very last second, which would be an interesting, much more interesting end to the story than just him. Because it seems like the lady whose name we don't know and probably should by now is the gung-ho character that's bending the rules.
She's still in the power structure. You know? Like,
but she's bending the rules and getting rewarded for it.
It's true.
So you want somebody who's going to fight tooth and nail and use everything in her power in order to get all the information she needs and find him and everything. You got that character right there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is kind of a double beat unless one of them is going to do something different. So yeah, I just had that thought now that maybe Syril will actually wind up on the Rebels side unexpectedly, and that could be cool.
Very good guess. That's a good guess.
I'm hoping I'm right about that because that could be interesting. The last thing unless you have more after this, but the banker guy or the other senator guy that Mon Mothma was talking to.
Yeah.
We need to think about him a little bit because that was an interesting new piece as well. All the Mon Mothma stuff.
Well, he's a bank. He was talking about that the only reason why she was talking to him was because he was a banker.
Well, she said he was a senator too, right?
Oh, maybe.
I think they're both senators.
May have missed that piece, but he definitely has control over her assets. That is why she felt the need to cut him in at all. I don't think it's just that he's like her friend and she wants to tell somebody. I think it's like, you can help me get access to my funds.
Well, and she was telling Luthen that she was going to meet with this guy soon, right? And like she was thinking that was their next thing and surprised that Luthen had his hand in this other operation as well. And she's like, you kind of, you know, gave everything away before I had a chance to do this, but I don't know.
So, do you trust him?
Yeah, I think I do. I think, you know, like I was worried that she kind of spilled everything too easily there, but I think overall, like she had already been thinking about contacting and talking to this guy and stuff. So I think that we have reason to believe he will help. He will probably be on our side.
And just the way that he was sort of talking about, he was speaking in uncertain terms on purpose as well. You know, he was just like, I am like less than friendly toward, or, you know, I don't remember specifically.
It's how you have to talk in these kind of systems, you know, when everyone could always be listening and when even expressing the wrong sentiment about stuff is punishable.
Right.
You know? It's
so it kind of makes me believe that he's telling the truth, but it's also, of course, he would say that if he,
if he's trying to get her to give herself up. It's a world of spies and vipers and it's scary stuff. I don't know. I like this show though. It's heating up. It's really, this episode in particular felt like it was starting to like sort of intertwine the threads together and kind of hit the gas on everything. So
yeah, I feel like we spent a few episodes there like waiting for a heist to happen, and we all knew like the heist is gonna happen, right? So like we were hanging on that, and we were spending time with characters that then just all ended up dead anyway, kind of
right
thing.
But I think that also helped it be more shocking when it's like, oh geez, they all died.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So but Cassian got Nemec's journal out of it, so that's ideal. Does he get to bring that to jail? Maybe read it a lot? Maybe that'll help you know, forge his idealism.
Oh, interesting.
We'll have to see when we watch next time.
Piece of extremist literature.
That's right, yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We like to watch Andor. It's good stuff. So thanks for watching with us. And until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets. See you later.